let's pull back from all of these shows we've just discussed, and through all of your experiences now, if there was one piece of wisdom you could share with a new filmmaker, what would it be?
Do you want to start with that one?
Turn back, don't waste your life.
What's the question again?
What's something you've learned?
Advice?
Yeah, a piece of advice. What's a jewel
For a person starting out?
We'll say Dan here, starting out. What's something you can hand him? Piece of advice, wisdom. Please, sir.
Well, I'd say just keep shooting, you know? I mean, your first film's may be awesome, but it's probably not going to be. So just make sure every film is a little bit better than your last one. So if you just keep trying, and then show it to people and get honest feedback. I mean, like, your grandma's going to be like, yeah, it's great. Your mom's going to say, we still love you, even though your movie stinks, you know? So just keep trying and keep shooting. And
Is this from personal experience?
Yeah. My grandma actually told me my first movie needed work.
She's not a very
She's never said anything like that wasn't awesome, so. Anyway.
Sounds like a nice lady.
She's
grandma.
awesome, actually. Yeah, I don't really...
You know, my piece of advice is really work on your story and make sure that it's a sound story. And a lot of times you're not going to realize what you should be shooting until you've shot a few things and then go back and say, wow, I put in so much time and there were so many people who helped me on this project, and then I spent months in post and the story is not very good, you know, and it doesn't cost anything to rework your script into a good story.
So what is a good story?
You know, I think more and more stories with dramatic irony are what get people. And what I mean by dramatic irony is kind of like the joke that doesn't make you laugh. And I know that sounds weird, but it's when you set up those elements in your story, and then at the very end, they all come together like a good joke, and you're just like, exactly. I didn't expect that ending to come, but when it came, that's exactly what needed to happen.
Right.
What would be some of your favorite films that you feel like really, or filmmakers that are really adept at using this technique?
Frank Darabont.
Yeah.
You know, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
An amazing ending that you don't see coming, but when it does come, you go, oh, it's perfect.
You feel good.
Oh, it's perfect, and it's a great upbeat ending, too.
It is.
So
I would like to end up on a beach. Perhaps
with Morgan
with
Freeman,
a record.
you know.
Well, with Morgan Freeman, I'd like to end up anywhere with Morgan Freeman. He could teach me a lot.
Oh.
We still rolling? Anyone else? Who are some filmmakers that got you, or films or filmmakers that got you guys started that you take inspiration from?
I'm a cinematographer mostly. I mean, I do effects and stuff too. So anything that Conrad Hall shot, I really love. So like his latest two films before he died were American Beauty and Road to Perdition. Mm-hmm. And I think pretty much you can take any still frame in that movie and it just looks gorgeous, especially Road to Perdition. Yeah. And then of course I'm huge into music too, so Thomas Newman did both those scores. So I'm more of a guy who's like into the pictures and the music, you know, and of course I'm into the story, but not like he is. So like if it's bad cinematography and bad music and the story's awesome, I don't really like it. Whereas Murray would probably love it. So that's kind of why we make a pretty good team, I think. But
you complement each other.
Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, you know, he wants to put one shot in there because it looks great. And I'm like, yeah, but the look isn't right from the actor, you know. Yeah. It doesn't tell the story. And we're constantly fighting, but we find a good compromise somewhere in there. Kind of like that. That's the way it happens sometimes.
Smooth and
quick.
So, Murray, who are some of yours? Who are your favorites that got you excited?
Besides Frank Darabont, you know, I am a Spielberg fan just because he knows story, and he's willing to risk. Mm-hmm. You know.
Your favorite Spielberg pick?
I really like Munich, and I know not a lot of people like that right now, but Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's an amazing story, especially if you want to learn about working with kids. Mm-hmm. You know, he used a lot of amazing techniques to get reactions out of that little kid. But I'm also a Scorsese fan. You know, I think it comes down to good stories and not so much like who got him there.
Okay. You got anything?
Ask him the 5 years.
Do we want to ask the 5-year question?
5-year plan.
Sure.
Get ready.
Where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to be shooting on High 8, kind of regress a little bit.
I've got one of those cameras if you want.
No, I'd like in the next couple of years to have a feature under my belt, but I've been saying that for a couple of years. So that's one thing that's really difficult to come by, and I don't think it's necessarily the funding or getting the people to help you on something like that. It's really getting a story that's worth putting the effort into it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll probably be in jail trying to do the next Michael Jackson dance sequence.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
That's ambitious.
I don't even know what that means.
You know, like the Thriller thing in Taiwan?
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing.
Do we have any footage of that? I don't think we do.
We have some Michael Jackson music. Let's cue that
What's
right
this-
now.
You
No,
can.
the-